Hi, my name is Amit. I'm here with Helen. We're doing the second trimester classes. We're going to do a 20-minute class that is against the wall. We're also going to use the overball, a small inflatable ball like this. We're going to use it most of the class, but you can do most of the things without it. There's going to be a couple of things that you might need the ball, but you can skip them if you don't have it. All right, we're going to start. So we're going to have the back against the wall. The feet will come a little bit forward. They can be parallel to each other or they can be a little bit wider. Always remember that safety and being comfortable comes first when you're pregnant. So this looks good, and you can bend the knees a little bit, soften them. So there isn't too much work in the quads, but you feel comfortable with your weight against the wall. We're going to start with deep abdominal breathing. So we place the hands lower on the abdominals and we take a deep breath in. You want to let go of the abdominals, let go of the pelvic floor, the front and the back of the pelvic floor, and on a slow breath out, lift everything in and up. So the pelvic floor, the sphincters, front and back, gently engage and lift, and the abdominals draw back in. We'll do it twice more. Deep breath in. And a slow breath out. You can feel the feet on the ground. You can feel the inner thighs engaged, the sphincters, the pelvic floor, and the abdominals. One more time. That's great. We're going to keep the abdominals in. You can keep the arms where they are or put them by your side, and we'll do small pelvic tilts. So as you exhale, you will lift the abdominals and bring the lower back towards the wall. And as you inhale, release. As you do that, is that okay? Yeah. Oh, good. We'll try to keep the whole spine against the wall. So inhale to release the spine, the pelvis. And as you exhale, use the abdominals, tilt. The gluteals can work a little bit, the abdominals work, and you release. Let's do it a couple more times. And release. And last one. Think of the spine lengthening and the abdominals lifting, and release. Now, I'm going to place the ball between Helen's knees just to get the inner thighs to work a little bit more. But if you don't have the ball, maybe just think about the inner thighs engaging a little bit. So it's just static, just working, and we'll address the upper body. So arms by the side. We take a deep breath in to open the arms, and exhale to rotate back. Feel the abdominals lifting and the breath opening the chest and opening the rib cage, and come back. And it's a deep breath in to open. Exhale to come back. And a couple more. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Last one. Beautiful. Taking it a step further, we place the elbows against the wall, just halfway up, and turn the palms to face down. We then rotate the arms, so we create the shape of a W, and then release down. It's a big stretch. You can see it on Helen's face. So you can take a breath in. It will help you lift the chest, but remember the abdominals, and then release. And maybe 2 or 3 more. Deep breath in. Lift the abdominals, lift the chest, and exhale to release. And deep breath in, and release. And last one, abdominals lift, breastbone lifts, and you rotate and stretch, and release. Great. We release the arms down and do the side stretch. So if we start with the right arm, we stay with the back against the wall. The right arm will lift all the way up. We draw the abdominals in, brace baby into spine, and bring the spine towards the wall, as close to the wall as you can, and then stretch. Now when you stretch, you're going to think about reaching up through the arm and down through that sit bone so you don't twist your pelvis. And then come back to center. The left arm goes up. On the breath out, brace the abdominals in, baby to spine, spine to the wall, and you stretch. Always breathe into your side. Open here. It's called the intercostal muscles, your lateral muscles, and release. Let's just do one more each side. The arm goes up and lift higher, sit bone down or hip down, and the arm goes up. You breathe into your side, and then you come back, and one more, Lift up and stretch. Baby to spine, spine to the wall. So you really work the abdominals and you stretch and open your side. And then you come back to center. That's great. Let's take the ball out. And we're going to come away from the wall and turn to face the wall. This time, I'm going to ask you to place the ball, if you have one, between the ankles. So it's not quite on the ground, but it's about an inch from the ground. And then place your feet close enough to feel the inner thighs working. If you feel them working well, that's great. Why don't you place it there? But if you feel any discomfort around the pubic symphysis in the front of the pelvis, then don't do that, okay? Helen, I'm going to ask you to come much closer to the wall. That's it. Maybe, yeah, about a foot from the wall, and bring the feet as close together as you can. And the actual movement will be just rising up, lifting the heels, and going back down. So we exhale to lift, and inhale to go down. The tricky thing is that it actually works the whole body, and you have big centers of weight now in the front of the body, and it's going to throw you forward. So make sure that when you lift, you don't bring your baby forward and strain into your back, but you keep everything together. It's like lifting baby into spine and then lifting everything up. Okay, always make sure that when you lift, it's with a sense of up and very slightly towards the wall, and not up and very slightly, or definitely not more than that, away from the wall. Can we do a couple more? So we lift baby to spine, and we lift up, coming up and just slightly towards the wall. And last time. Very good. Let's do one more, just lifting up and stay there. And see what it feels like to gently press the ball. And release. Press the ball, lift your pelvic floor, lift the abdominals. And stop. And squeeze. And lift. Feels okay? Yeah. Very good. Let's do a couple more. Squeeze and draw the muscles up as if into the groin, into your pelvic floor. Last one. And you can release the heels down to the ground. I'm going to take the ball, so let your ball roll away, and we're going to do prances. So we're going to lift up, and then do a quicker movement, changing 1 and 2. Let's breathe in for 2, and breathe out for 2. And breathe in for 2, and breathe out for 2. Good. Lifting baby to spine. Remember, it's up with a slight forward lean. Don't let yourself do it and lean backwards. That's really bad for your lower back. It's also quite unsafe, but it's especially not great for your lower back. Couple more. Okay. Now we're just going to step down and reach the right leg back. Bend your left knee and find a stretch in your right calf. Make sure that the right foot is not twisting, it's pointing directly forward. Make sure there's a sense of lifting baby to spine and lifting your weight up. So don't let yourself be heavy into the leg, but try to be light and lifted. All these mobilization exercises for your ankles, for your feet are really important because of fluid retention in this area. So to mobilize it, to keep it strong, to keep everything going. When you had enough, we're going to swap legs. Make sure the left foot is pointing directly forward towards the wall, all 5 toes. Remember to lift baby to spine and lengthen up and out of that leg. Check that you're breathing very slowly, deep breath in through the nose. And as you breathe out, you lift and draw everything in. When you had enough, we're going to place both legs next to each other and lean into the wall. Put as much weight as you're comfortable against the wall. I actually think you're a little too far there. Yeah, okay. And we're going to start with what we call shoulder blade or scapula push-up. So the chest will sink towards the wall and the shoulder blades will come together. That's not something that happens very often when the back is round. So then push away from the wall, and then see if you can push even further, so drawing the shoulder blades away from each other. Relax, and then the shoulder blades will come towards each other. If you can, they're going to literally press into the midline. That's it, into the spine. Release, and then feel your weight through the hands into the wall, and from there push yourself away so the shoulder blades separate. That's lovely. Make sure that when you push further away, you don't get the shoulders coming up towards the neck. Release, and start pushing away, and then think, shoulder blades go down in the back, and they open away from each other as you push yourself away from the wall. Let's make it the last one. Okay, and rest. Just stand with your hands by your side. Circle the shoulders or the wrists or whatever you need to do to rest. And we're going to come back to the wall and do a push-up. We'll do two kinds of push-ups. One will be the easier variation when you open the elbows out to the side, and the other one would be elbows down directly towards the wall. Okay? So first of all, feet stable on the ground, baby to spine, lift it up in the body, and then open the elbows as wide as you're comfortable, and push away. Now try to remember here to do that little plus that we did earlier, the pushing away a little bit further than what you think you can. So if Helen stays here for a second, and Helen, if you can push away from the wall, that's beautiful, and try to keep it really wide as you bend the elbows. As wide as you can. Not everyone looks the same. My shoulder blades don't look like that, they're not so flat. It doesn't matter, it's the effort to keep it as wide as possible. Let's do a couple more. Bend. And push away. And bend. Remember, baby to spine. And push away. And let's again release the arms by the side. And maybe do a shoulder shrug, lifting up. And releasing down. And you can shake the arms a little bit. And lift. And release and give it a little shake. And let's do the last one. So for the last one, it's like the lion drinking from the pre-Pilates workout. You can put your hands a little higher than shoulder height on the wall. That's it. Draw and lift the abdominals. Keep the shoulder blades wide apart. And bend the elbows so that they come directly towards the wall. And then push away. So it's much more of a triceps workout. Make sure you're not working into your neck. And push away. Good. Let's do 3 more. Think of coming towards the wall and then lifting abdominals towards spine. You come towards the wall, and the first thing to come away from the wall is baby. Baby to spine, and then you push away from the wall. Last one to bend. That's great. Okay, arms down. Let's shake the arms and maybe turn around to face the camera so everyone can see. Oh, before we do that, just so everyone can see what we do, let's just do some wrist circles and maybe a gentle wrist stretch, so you can grab hold with your left hand of the right and just pull it a little bit in one direction, and then maybe assist the stretch in the opposite direction and the other way around. Just gently. Also the wrists tend to accumulate fluids, to have some fluid retention, and you can suffer from carpal tunnel, 2nd trimester, 3rd trimester. So keeping it really mobile, creating flow in the wrists and the hands is very, very important. Before we work the arms more, we're going to do the squats. That's the part that's quite difficult to do without the ball. You want to place the ball between the pelvis and the wall. And make sure, like always, that you're safe and you're comfortable. I want you to step the feet a little bit forward. That's it. You can put your hands on the wall, feel safe, and step the feet forward. And do a little knee bend to see that you're comfortable. The ball rolls a little bit on the back. Yeah? And you can bend the knees comfortably. Okay. Great. Let's place the hands against the wall for as long as you can, just to use the opportunity to open across the chest. We're going to do a gentle knee bend and stay there, and we're going to do what we call the pelvic floor pulses. So we draw and lift the pelvic floor in the body and use it as a reason to pulse a little up and release. Pull and lift pelvic floor and release. Pull and lift pelvic floor. It comes from the back, but also the front pelvic floor lifts. Let's do 4 more. Lift and release. From the back and release. From the back and release. Last one. Lift and release and come all the way up to standing and take 1 deep breath. You're happy with the arms here? You are. Okay. Try to turn them this way. See what it feels like. You're going to stretch different muscle fibers. And let's do a deeper squat. So you're going to squat as far down as you feel 100% comfortable. So go ahead and squat down. And wherever you are, hold it for a moment. And on the breath out, from the gluteals and the abdominals, lift yourself up. So the gluteals, your bottom, you're going to bend the knees to where you're comfortable. And from the bottom, from the pelvic floor, from the abdominals, lift yourself up. If you feel the quads, the front of the thigh, working a lot, try to connect the feet, the heels, with your bottom. So create awareness through the feet, into your heels, into the back side of the legs, into the lift of the abdominals. Can we do one more? That's great. Take a deep breath, and we're going to do one more position. Only if there's no discomfort in the pubic symphysis in the front of the pelvis. That's a wider position. Let's start small. So let's bend the knees just a little bit, hold it, and do a few pelvic floor pulses. So we lift, release, lift, release, lift, release, lift, release, lift all the way up, and then go as far down as you feel comfortable. And lift from heels to gluteals to pelvic floor to abdominals. 2 more. Bend. And lift. And last one to bend. And we lift all the way up. And carefully step away from the wall. And shake your legs. And now we're going to do the side ones. So we place the right hand on the wall. Step forward with the right leg. With the other right leg. That's the one. Very good. Okay, now keep the neck long, and we're going to bend so that the elbow comes towards the side body. And then push away. It's a very strong arm side exercise. We're going to bend and push away. Couple more times. Elbow goes towards the side body and push away. Make sure it's not becoming a neck exercise. So the shoulder stays down, the abdominals stay lifted. That's it. Helen, if you can then step your right foot closer to the wall, but maybe still a little forward. Let the knees bend, and then we rotate. So exhale, sorry, I'll come out of your way. You're going to rotate, drawing the baby to spine and stretching across the back, and then release. And draw baby to spine, and feel that lovely stretch in here. And release, and feel free to tuck the pelvis under a little bit if you want to do that. Every opportunity to open and stretch here is a good one. Let's turn around, facing away. Left leg in front, or the leg closer to the wall is in front. You're in a comfortable stance. You're leaning into the wall. We bend the elbow, so the elbow comes to the side body. And we push away. Notice that you're not tensing the neck, and you're not lifting shoulders up. Just a couple more. Go as far down as you feel comfortable and safe. And push away. And last one. Baby to spine. We're going to step towards the wall. Soften the knees. And on the breath out, rotate. And open. And rotate and draw the abdominals deep in. And open. And last one, rotate and enjoy the stretch and stay there for a second. Just notice that the knees are not dropping inwards, so you're not straining the inside of the knee. And release, That's all. Let's do a quick stretch. If you can turn around again, place the hand slightly behind you on the wall. Bend your knees, make yourself comfortable, and open the legs to a wider stance. That's it. And then just draw the abdominals in and turn to look away from the wall until you find the stretch here across the chest. You can. You can. Okay. That's the joy of teaching a pregnant lady. You can find the stretches very easily. Yeah, there's no question there. Take a couple of deep breaths, and we're going to turn around to do the other side. Helen, take your time. Please do the other side. I'm going to thank everyone at home. That's all we have time for today. It's 20 minutes. It looks gentle, but it's quite difficult workout. So hope you enjoyed it, and hope to see you soon.